Hey guys, I am back. I've got people all around me because of course I'm in the Walmart parking lot. Got a new little tripod that I'm not sure what I think of yet. But anyway, so I went into Walmart to get some printer ink. Oh my god, that shit is so expensive. And I'm hungry, so I decided to get one of their pre-made sandwiches. And I got the chicken bacon ranch. But y'all know me, I like my sauces. So I got some mayo. And then I've also got some ranch dressing just in case if I need that. That was on my list of stuff to pick up. And while I'm eating this, so these I think are like made fresh in the store. Great, here comes somebody right next to me too. This is amazing. Got a cherry Pepsi, which I've kind of been drinking already. Alright. So, it's not cut open all the way. This does not look very appetizing. It doesn't smell bad. Alright, let's open it and see. Alright, so one side of the bread has absolutely nothing on it. And then there's another whole portion right here that has nothing on it. I'm gonna have to put some stuff on this. Definitely some mayo. Alright. I'm gonna have to tell you guys a story time that happened with me and Munch the other day. I'm sorry I have not been doing videos for the past few days. My whole family got hit with this like 24-hour bug and oh my god. Everybody was like throwing up and from both ends, like really, really bad. Alright, so I put some mayo all over that. See, now I'm gonna have to rip off like a bunch of this bread here because this whole section here is soggy. I don't like soggy bread. Like, it's wet. And then the ends of it are like stale at the same time. Took off the gross part of there. I gotta hurry up and get home and start cooking food for the kids. Alright. I don't think this is gonna be all that great. Walmart sandwiches, guys. Alright, let's start. I don't know. Here, after I just got over a stomach bug, now I'm gonna attempt to eat this kind of crap. Not too bad. Also got some cheddar and sour cream Ruffles. Everybody knows what Ruffles chips look like. These aren't those extra crunchy ones though. Those weren't bad, but I think I like these better. I don't think I have any napkins left here. Uh-oh. Better not make a mess. Anyways, me and Munch got a lady arrested. We got a lady arrested the other day. This is too thick. It's too thick and dry. I don't even remember how much this was. And it's fresh until the 20th. And it is the 9th. And this was already soggy. and stale at the same time. Like, how do you get soggy and stale? Like, I gotta rip off the whole top part of this because it's just way too much stale bread. If I remember, I'll show you all the remnants of the amount of bread I've had to pull off of it. So me and Munch went to the CVS to go pick up a prescription because I went to the emergency room whenever I had that stomach bug because it was so bad. I was getting like faint and dizzy and throwing up so much that I was getting dehydrated. So we went to go pick up our medicine, and then we went inside so she could look around, and you know, she just wants to look. She got a couple candy bars, and then we go to check out, and there was a lady standing in front of us, and she was asking where the Home Depot was, and she was like nowhere near the Home Depot. She was like, oh, I just go right on this road and it's like right there, right? And the cashier was like, no, you have to go up here and turn this way and all that BS, trying to like guide her there. And she was like, oh, okay, you know. And she started acting like a little bit weird, like asking the same questions 2 or 3 times. And then she like turned back towards me, and I just smelled so much liquor coming off of her. And I was like, oh my God. She gets her receipt and goes out the door. And then me and Munch pay for our stuff. And then we go out the front door, the same door she went out. And I seen her getting into her car, or her SUV. And the thing was, she had Florida tags on it, which is okay. And now I can kind of understand why you don't know where the Home Depot is and stuff. But to make matters worse, she got in the driver's seat. And I was like, oh, honey, don't make me do this. Don't make me do this. And she was an older lady. She was probably in her 60s, maybe. And, of course, by this time, I've already gotten into the car, found a pen, and started writing her make, model, and license plate number on my hand. And she starts to back out and leave the parking lot. So I call the non-emergency police line, and I tell them, hey, this is what just happened. This lady reeks of alcohol, and she just got in her car and she's driving. And they took down all the information. I gave them my info and stuff. And they said, okay, we'll send a police officer over. And I was like, I'm looking at the stoplight, the only exit to the entire shopping center. And I was on the phone with them, and I was like, I haven't seen her car leave the shopping center yet. So she's still in here somewhere. I said she's probably went over to the grocery store right behind the CVS. So he stays on the line with me, and he says, okay, hold on, I'm going to be sending up a couple officers over. And I get in the car, and I start driving around the shopping complex, and I find her car at the grocery store. I tell him that she's still there. So he hangs up with me because the police are like right around the corner. 30 seconds later, they come in. Now, I've already distanced myself from her car because I don't want anybody being like, you're the one that called the cops on me kind of stuff. Plus, I had the baby with me. I don't need any of that. Sorry, don't drink and drive. I mean, if you're that drunk to where you can smell it way off of your person, that's way too much alcohol. So, oh yeah, like I said, cherry Pepsi today. This would suck if I didn't put the extra mayonnaise on it. Being real right now. Don't waste your money on these. I mean, if you didn't have any other option, then hey, you know, it's not that bad. The cheese is like already soggy on it too. And it's like little chunks of chicken and a bunch of, you know, mayonnaise. It's got like no flavor. It's really plain. So if you like really plain stuff, you might like it. So the cop comes in, and it's two of them, and I follow the one that goes into the CVS parking lot because that's where I called from. And I started beeping on my horn, and it took him like 40 seconds to realize that I was behind him trying to get his attention. And he finally stops, and I pull up next to him, and he was like, "Are you the one that called this in?" I said, "Yeah, her car's parked right there at the corner, and she's in the grocery store. There's a passenger in the car with her." So he goes, and he kind of lurks back, and he goes in the back of the parking lot and parks his car where they don't even see that he's even in the shopping center. And another officer goes into the store, and I don't know what happened in the store because me and Munch just stayed in the parking lot. We were watching the car because I wanted to see what happened. I'm nosy like that. So the officer that went in the store was in there for about 10 minutes maybe, and I gave them a description of what she looked like, and she was walking with a walker, like not one of the full-on double hand walkers, but like a cane walker with like the pegs on the end of it. So I mean, she was gonna stand out. My mom said that he probably went in and like walked past her and wherever she was to see if he could sense alcohol on her. I don't know what happened. So I go and just sit kind of in the back of the parking lot, and she comes out and she puts her couple of bags in the back seat, and she gets into the driver's seat. Now, the one cop that was hiding in the back of the parking lot has already started, like, I mean, these guys were like, they were like cougars. The one slowly started to come up. She puts her car into reverse, and she backs up about a foot, and then both cop cars like block her in and turn on their lights, and she pulls it back forward, and they end up taking her out of the car and doing a sobriety test, and they put her in the back of their patrol car, and the one officer took her. The passenger was left with the car. So, I'm assuming he had a valid driver's license and wasn't intoxicated. My only question is why? If you have somebody who can drive, you have somebody who has a license to drive and is sober, and you are obviously drunk. I mean, she may have not even thought that she was drunk, but I mean, she smelled so strongly of alcohol. And I'm assuming they arrested her for DUI because she had the intention of driving her car and trying to get out of the parking lot. So it doesn't matter if she moved her car 6 inches or 6 miles, she's still drinking and driving. And I don't feel bad or sorry for calling the cops on her. Say what you want. Some people will be like, oh, mind your own business. It ain't any of your stuff. I had my baby with me, and me and her were going to be leaving the parking lot at the same time, and she was drunk. I don't care who you are, you should not support that. So, sorry she got a DUI, and she was from Florida, or her tags were from Florida. I'm assuming she was not from around here, because she was asking the cashier lady where the Home Depot was. So, I don't feel bad. I mean, I hate being put in that kind of position. Now, if she was drunk and I smelled everything on her like I did and how strongly I did, oh my god. That's a lot of mayonnaise. I can't eat any more of this because it's not good. There's no flavor in it. Really, honestly, there's no flavor in it. Anyways, it was like half of the sandwich is going to go in the trash. Maybe I'll find one of the cats will probably eat it. But if she would have gotten out of the store and then gotten into the passenger seat of the car and then somebody else was driving and would have left, I have no problem with that. Be drunk as you want. I don't care. Make sure you have somebody that is sober to drive wherever you need to go. She looked like she was like a really heavy, long-term alcoholic, though. Like, she had the really red, rosy cheeks. She was really swollen and puffy. A lot of the typical signs that you see in alcoholics. So, I don't know if that's her first DUI or not, but I don't feel sorry. And even if I was alone and I didn't have lunch with me, I still would have called it in. Don't drink and drive, people. Don't be stupid. With the amount of companies out there, from taxi cabs to Uber to Lyft to, you know, having whatever you need to get delivered to your home within a few hours, you know, your Amazon. There is no excuse for you to be drinking and driving. That had me heated for the rest of the day. Munch knew, even Munch was like, she noticed that something was different about that lady, because she was like looking at me like, Mommy's getting on the phone, and I was like, shh, Mommy's calling the police, and she's like, so she gets into her seat back there, and I start buckling her up while I'm on the phone with the sheriff's office, I guess. I don't know, it's just police non-emergency number that I called. That was crazy. Alright, well, since those chips and that sandwich sucked, let's dig into some cotton candy. Oh, yeah. This is the Charms brand cotton candy, and I really like their cotton candy because it has like distinct flavors in it. So, alright, this is about half of what's in there, and it's tricolor, so it's pink, blue, and yellow. How many of you guys like cotton candy? love it. I love it. I love it. Super, super wispy, or called candy floss in England. And it literally disappears like that. And it's just sugar. Ah! Get back here. So what would you guys have done in the same situation? Would you have just said, this isn't my business? Or would you have called the police on somebody like that? I'll sit here and eat this whole bag if I had the time. Oh, wait. Is this one serving? Holy crap, this whole bag is one serving and it's only 270 calories. It's got 71 grams of added sugar, which is only 140% of your daily intake. I like sugar. It gets really sticky though. And the moment that it touches anything wet, it's gone. Or it melts down into sugar. Alright, so this whole piece, I'll kind of chew it and I'll show you what it looks like when it's melted down. Just in case somebody hasn't eaten cotton candy, candy floss. That's how small it gets, and that's just sugar. I'm getting all dirty again, guys. I gotta quit doing these car bangs. And I find that the yellow color is my favorite. It's kind of like a lime punch, like a limeade kind of flavor. Yeah, see, this is like a cherry or a watermelon. The flavors go really well together, so it doesn't matter what color you pick up, but if you taste them individually, you can tell that they're slightly different. And then it'll stick to your fingers and stuff, so. If I give Munch a bag of cotton candy, oh my gosh, she'll have like a mound of it, and then it's just like, it melts, and she's like trying to eat it like she would eat like an apple, and so it's like spit all over it and everything, and I have to end up throwing half of it away, because she doesn't like eating little pieces of it. She wants a whole big old ball just to kind of eat. Alright, last bite here. And that wasn't even a quarter of what's in here. There's still that whole ball. And then like a whole nother ball. This one just says the regular fluffy stuff. I've seen one that says fluffy tails or cotton tails because of Easter. Alright, I gotta get out of here. I just wanted to update you guys, let you know what was going on, why we haven't been making videos for a few days. Everybody was sick. We're all on the mend and getting better. We still have the crab legs, stuff like that. We're probably gonna have to get new, like, corn on the cob and all that stuff, but we have the crab frozen, so we still will do that very, very soon. So keep tuned in. And if you're new and you like what you see, this isn't really like my normal stuff. I do reviews and like random stuff. It usually always involves food of some kind though. But if you like little kids, I do mukbangs with Munch. And she loves it. She loves putting her stuff up on YouTube and being able to watch it, and I read the comments and stuff to her, so she likes it. But alright, I am going to get out of here since there's somebody else parking next to me, and I will see you guys in the next one. Love you, bye!